All right, our solar system is now installed. Stick around to see what we think about this and how much it cost us total with labor and parts all together. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you are a new person that is not yet a subscriber, we invite you to subscribe at the link down below. And we also invite everyone to click that like button to help get this video seen and share it out on YouTube. Our long-awaited solar install is now complete thanks to Mike and Leanna from the Dry Campers. You will find their channel information as well as their website information in the description down below. Be sure to go check them out. So I really did my homework before selecting Mike and Leanna from the Dry Campers to do this install. And they can tell you I went back and watched all their videos and just dug up everything that I possibly could on them and the other people that I was considering. But I will tell you, I'm very happy with my selection of this team. Their work is second to none. They showed up when they were supposed to. Actually, they showed up early, so we got an early install. They got the job done. Mike does just absolutely fabulous work. And then there's Leanna, and you don't hear a lot about her as far as on the installs and stuff like that. But let me tell you, she is a very important part of this team as well. Without her, Mike don't get here. She does all the logistics on the travel of where they're going to go to next, who's getting the next install, as well as you work with her a lot when you're doing the pricing and the invoicing to order the equipment that you're going to need for this install. So thank you to both of them. They're a great team and we're very appreciative of the job that they did on the solar and battery install on our RV. So in the first video, I showed you a breakdown of all the equipment that was going to be part of this installed, and I also showed you the total cost of the equipment, which was $6,425.42. If you want to go back and see that video and the breakdown of each piece of equipment, and also how you can get a massive savings if you're trying to decide whether or not to do something like this, I will link that video up here. Be sure to go back and watch that as the first part of this series if you're only seeing a second part, because there is a huge savings in that. It's just very important to see how all this breaks down and every piece of equipment that you may have to have for your setup. It will give you a good starting basis on what you may or may not need. Again, getting back on the install, we are very impressed with the final product. The work that we had done, the final piece was so clean, everything on it, and I'm all about a good clean install where everything just looks neat and tidy and all tucked in together, and I could not have asked for this to come out any better. Mike absolutely knocked it out of the park, and I will also be able to include and show you some of the pictures of the install, and then of course eventually you will be able to see the video that they share of the install. So one of the things I want to talk about is the way that Mike does these installs, and you don't typically see this in her videos, but it is very, very important. So for us, we're full-time in this RV. I work in this RV every day, full-time, day in and day out, 8 to 5, and so I was able to work every day and never was disturbed by Mike's work, by him doing anything. And I thought that was just very key. He always made sure that he'd done the power switches or anything that where the power will be affected, or anything where there's any kind of noise outside of my working areas. And I thought that was really cool. I think that's a very important piece to pick up on, is the fact that he does try to, I guess, work with you and work around what your daily schedule is and what your daily life is going on as well. And that is just, that is service beyond service to me. So that was another piece that we were very happy about. So again, this was a massive job, and one of the things that we really appreciated was the fact that once everything was over, Mike did take the time. He walks you through, he shows you every piece, every component of the install, shows you how it works. You know, he shows you also what to expect it to do, what you can expect it not to be able to do. He walks you through how the app works that controls all this stuff. So again, it's just fabulous customer service. I was just very impressed with that. I don't know how to express that, but we were very impressed with how everything was handled and how it was done. This is why this guy's just top notch, and why we highly recommend using them if you're considering any kind of solar install. And sticking with the service, it's not only service during the install, but it's service after the install. This is another thing that I think is going to be really good. I know that if something goes wrong, or if I have a question, I can call them up, I can email them. One way or another, they're going to get back with me. They've always been really good with that, and I've actually emailed them a few questions already, or I've texted them a few questions already, and they was real quick to get back to me on just the different stuff that I need to know. When you're doing these kind of things, you always want to think about how's it going to be after the fact. Is this person still going to be around, or are they going to stick with you? Because this is a major install, and I can guarantee you, I don't care how knowledgeable you are, you're probably going to have questions after this. Now I'm going to share with you the information that everybody probably really wants to know. What was the total cost of this with the parts, the labor, and everything together? And I'm going to look down and read these numbers to you so I know I get them exactly right. But the total cost of the labor was $51,225.21, and with the equipment at $6425.42. That brings the total cost of our install to $11,550.63. So as you can see, getting set up for off-grid living definitely ain't a cheap thing to do. So as you can see, we did go a little bit over our $10,000 budget, but this was by adding things like soft starts to the ACs that we thought about after the fact, and I'm very glad that we did that. I think that will come in handy down the road. As you can see, we had a $10,000 budget and we did go over it, so keep that stuff in mind. That, you know, try to stay as close as you can if you got a budget, but sometimes you just got to go over to get to that end goal. Now I'm going to talk about some of the things that were covered during the install, as far as from Mike and Leanna's side from the dry campers, and I'm going to read some of this just so I know I don't miss some of it. But that included all the wiring, the fuses, the junction box, the connectors, and of course all the work being done. And I know there's probably many things that I'm missing here. I know there's other things that they covered as well, but you know, there was just so much to it. And I actually did see Mike order some of this wire that he uses for these installs. I actually held a little bit for him for a little bit. They actually met us at another campsite to pick that up because it came after they had already left where we had the install done at. And this stuff is not cheap. You know, if you feel like somebody's maybe charging a little bit too much, I'm telling you, we really broke down some of this pricing, and it is crazy. You know, I just wanted to talk about some of the stuff that was covered in this and why the price of the install does run up a little bit. They got to buy the equipment. He travels to you. You know, there's just so many different things that he offers. So for us, we thought the price was very fair, and we're very happy with what we had to pay to get this done and set up. So one of the cool things for us is we've already been able to test this setup out a little bit. So the following site after our install was a 30 amp site, and we were able to supplement some of the power from our batteries to be able to run both ACs with our soft starts and be able to basically stay comfortable the whole week. So that was really cool. And we will of course be testing this a lot more as we head out west here in the coming months, and we're going to spend a full year out there. So that's when we really plan on testing this system very hard while we're out there, and we're going to do some true boondocking and just live off grid for a few days here and there and see how everything goes. And of course we'll do follow-ups on that as well as we go forward to let you know how it all works out. So I hope these last couple of videos that we have done on our solar install, solar setup, how much it costs, giving everybody the breakdown, will help people as they start to look at getting more into this, know what to expect, how much it can cost, and give you an idea of also how to save money using that escapees discount that you will see in the first video, but also, you know, just kind of give you a full breakdown of what you might be getting into and what to expect, so it's not such a surprise when you go to dive into this stuff. So if you will, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you think solar is worth it. Do you think it costs too much? What are your thoughts on this? Would you do something different? I'll be interested in hearing what other people think about this and kind of seeing what your thoughts are on it as you see how much our install cost and the process of getting it done. If you think this video will help somebody else out considering some sort of off-grid setup, please feel free to share it with them. Share it out on Facebook, Instagram, any other social media platforms. I really want to push this video out, let it get seen so other people will kind of know what they're getting into if they're trying to go with this off-grid setup. So in this video here, I've just scratched the surface, kind of gave you more of the accounting side of the solar install. But if you really want to see the full install as it took place on my rig, I'm going to share a link to the video from the dry campers here, and you can actually see the full install as it took place on our Newmar Baystar 3124. It's a 2018 model, and I do think you'll be impressed when you see the work that Mike has done on it. Thank y'all so much for taking the time to watch this video today. I invite you, if you have not already, to subscribe, like, share, and please leave a comment and let us know what you think about this video. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.